Brock, expansion is going to happen. And what the commissioner has been waiting for and waiting and waiting for is the Tampa Bay and Oakland situations to be resolved. The Oakland situation certainly is headed to resolution. They're going to Vegas. Oakland, the mayor there last night said she's cutting off negotiations with the A's. They've had it. It's going to happen with Vegas. They've got land, the whole deal. At that point, that takes Vegas out of the expansion derby, right? And it leaves Nashville and Portland and Salt Lake City and Charlotte and all of these other cities we've talked about in the mix. Nashville, from what I can tell, and I'm not someone who has studied this all that closely, is a leading contender here. It's a growing city. It's a much different city than it was 10, 20 years ago, even. And yes, you've got the Reds and the Braves and the Cardinals relatively close, but it seems to me that that area could handle a team without compromising those other teams too greatly. I would expect that Nashville would be a very strong contender here. How Tampa Bay resolves, I'm not quite sure, but I do want to talk about Oakland. And yes, Vegas sounds very exciting, I'm sure, to fans who are not fans of the Oakland A's. It's going to be cool to see a team there. I get that. But for fans of the Oakland A's who have supported this team, it's a crushing day. And you might say, well, what are you talking about, Ken? They draw 5,000. Yeah, they draw 5,000. And you know why? Because the owner, John Fisher, has wrecked the club. And he has shown really disdain for competing in this sport while, in my view, setting up this whole Vegas plan and essentially wanting to fail in Oakland so Vegas would look that much more rational. It's rational. They're going to do well financially with this deal, but at some point you've got to run a baseball team again. And I was there 2 nights ago. I walked into that clubhouse, and Eric and Brock, I want to tell you something. I have never walked into a clubhouse, certainly not on April 18th or whatever it was, and seen a group of players, veteran players, so upset and disturbed by their situation because they know there's no hope. And that's not right. And that is what John Fisher has wreaked with the A's. And I know people will celebrate this, I understand, and there are all kinds of views on all sides, but for the people of Oakland, it's not good, and it wasn't right what happened.